is the stigma around cancer? Why can't we just be open about it? You know, and so I was very open about it. I didn't want any secret squirrels. Or, Charlotte's on sick leave. Yeah, she's got,
I can remember the day, 6th of December, I went back in to see the specialist, and that's when she told me the bombshell that, that was cancer, a serous carcinoma of the endometrium, which unfortunately is an aggressive cancer.
And I think all my close friends were going, oh my God, she's got cancer, behind the scenes. Because maybe I was like, just my way of coping. I was perhaps being a bit lighter than what they were thinking. I mean, I definitely had my moments.
I found a lump in my left breast.
Finding out I had cancer was obviously a shock.
What I understand about cancer now is that it's a very generic term and it means a whole lot of things. So
not good news, but I mean, no cancer is good news.
I found a lump on my right breast.
Within 2 weeks of going to the doctors, I'd started chemo because it was an aggressive form of cancer. It was HER2 positive.
Well, I had a couple of lumps. One was on the back of my head, one was on my neck.
And within a month of the initial visit to the GP, I was booked in for a mastectomy.
Probably more comfortable about saying I had a tumour than calling it cancer.
So 6 weeks after surgery, I was in having brachy-radiotherapy, 4 courses of that, so that was just over the course of a couple of weeks, and then straight into chemo.
Then went for breast reconstruction with a tram flap, which failed.
So straight after surgery, I was being presented with chicken stew, mashed potatoes and peas, the hospital diet.
Hysterectomy with fallopian tubes, ovaries all gone, and they wanted to take some lymph nodes as well.
Being told that there were worrying signs in there and having to wait 2 weeks for the results of a biopsy to be told, yep, it's the big C.
Yeah, we went to see a surgeon and he just took one look and he said, why haven't you been to see me sooner?
But the chemotherapy was, it's tough on your body. It's a few days later when it hits you. And I've never felt like that before, felt so weak.
It was like you were in another world and you were coming back from another world, and I have to say it was quite an unpleasant feeling.
So I just decided to leave the whole reconstruction because I wanted to get on with my life.
Physically it was quite draining. I'd lost quite a bit of weight as well.
I had a moment and wondered what on earth I was doing and how I got here and things like that.
He said, yeah, well, I think you've got cancer. So he said, we need to do a whole lot of tests.
I think there is a protective mechanism that I probably didn't realise quite how unwell I was through that process.
I don't suffer fools gladly, so I kind of go, I'm fine, I'll be fine. But I remember, not trying to ask anyone for help and crawling around on my hands and knees, feeling sick, going, I'm fine. I've got to feed this child.
When I got out of hospital, I was very weak, and I could just only walk around the house. That would be my exercise, and then
chances are it'll come back in 2 to 5 years. So, the next few years are super important.
It's an onslaught of chemicals. And I knew that they were killing the bad cells, but I could also feel the death of some of the life cells. And you think, oh, I can feel this happening.
It's such a grueling process, that treatment process, both physically and mentally.
It was extremely hard on my husband and my daughter to, obviously, my daughter see her mum, lose her head, and because, that immortality, her mum could potentially die.
I was in hospital for 7 weeks.
As good as the drugs were, because they did exactly what they're supposed to do, they hammer your body, and that means it hammers you. There's no way out of it, you've got to live with it.
You just got to take each day as it comes and be honest with yourself, I think. So it has been a bit of a struggle.
So yeah, huge mental change for all of us.
I was quite lost at that time about the way to proceed forward.
Well, it basically stopped my life really for about 9 months.
It was hard, really hard journey.
But the chemo was definitely tough. It was tough on the family, seeing me not being the bubbly, running around everywhere at 100 miles an hour sort of person that I normally am. So
Yeah, it was really hard initially. I had no strength. It was challenging.
It's not a journey you'd want anybody to go through.
So I had chemo first and then the mastectomy.
I felt like I was a rabbit in headlights. I was just sort of quite frozen through it all in a way, which I can only say in looking back, because you are just going one day at a time.
And I said to my surgeon, we went again after a week, if it's going again and it's not going to work, just take it all out. And yeah, there's more to me than boobs.
I was a write-off. I would struggle to even have a conversation with people. That's how bad it was playing with my head.
one of the biggest impacts of the chemo was that it just makes you feel so tired. The fatigue is there, and it's actually non-stop.
And when I could when there was a good day, when the energy would return a bit, I would go walking with my husband.
My specialist said that, the chances of you getting cancer again is about like the same chances of you getting run over. And I was like, well, I've already been run over, so let's not go over that. So yeah, my probability is quite high.
It's pretty hard to describe, to be honest. You never ever would envisage yourself being in that situation.
I've had to process quite a lot of things over the last couple of years, quite a lot of dark places, whether you're going to live or die.
It was enough to get out of bed, enough to shower and clean my teeth. Anything beyond that was a good day.
But no, it's something that you can fight, and I do believe that cancer is you can beat it.
Yeah, I've been given the gift of life again. You only get one shot at this, and it's not all about the end game, because you've got to live the bit in the middle.
And I figured out I really needed to access some sort of physiotherapy.
I got a referral from my surgeon post-op to start physio.
The physiotherapy's helped me regain, in the classes, the strength and the balance that I was missing.
It's that massive, they filled that massive stepping stone for me from being left on my own.
There's a wealth of other information and services out there.
You need help, and you need physical rehabilitation. It's a no-brainer. That's all I can say about it.
There are some amazing people that support cancer patients, including through their rehabilitation.
And it was great. So it was an hour of physical activity, and I loved how the programme was actually tailored to different levels of fitness and rehabilitation.
After doctors and surgery and medicine, to where I am now, it was that stepping stone.
And I'm just taking it day to day, but that's the best we can do. And I don't want to do maybe any more. It's a waste of my time. I haven't got that time. Who knows? Could be dead in 5 years. So yeah, got to go for it.
That even if it is a really bad day, it's an alive day.